Hey, and welcome to another episode of Make a Thing. I thought today we would take a look at the storyboarding process for episode 2. I was originally going to take my camera on the road and show a little shopping for props and stuff to dress up the boat tent that the crew lives in, but there was just too much work to do this week, so I put that aside, and I figured it would be good to start actually drawing out what I would like to start picking up prop-wise for the second episode. If we can shoot that simultaneously, that's going to be a little bit of a trick. I think we're going to still try and push for the first episode this coming weekend. But as you'll see, the second episode is a little bit complicated to set up. And I'll tell you why. So what we have right here, the first frame you see, is sort of a mirror to the end of episode 1. So it's almost like, we pan up to the city in that one, then we pan back down from the city to the docks in this one. And so we come down off the city, and then we see what in the script is referred to as a BOATDEGA, and it's sort of like an all-purpose shop where you can get sandwiches and food, and they have a wok that cooks up fried rice and stuff like that. And it's sort of a little community hub for the boat neighborhood. The boat neighborhood is sort of like, this is where, people that can't afford anything else or want to hide away from the rest of society, like they have tied their boats together out here, which used to be like, I think, Marina del Rey. And now it's just sort of a huge disincorporated town that fends for itself. And this is where Ronnie and the crew do business. And Ronnie starts here. He's waiting at the bar waiting for some fried rice to get cooked. And he's just sort of like we've seen a show him being really social and chatting with everybody and joking around. But he's actually a little bit nervous because he hasn't heard from Alice. Alice left a little while ago to go sort of meet up with her contact. We'll be selling the hack that they have created to sort of break into Wisteria. And he's doing, like, he's just chilling, like she's doing that. His partner is doing the sort of deep coding stuff, and so he's not available. And and so it's been a while, and he's scrolling through his phone, checking out, like, he's been texting Alice, and they've been dating for a while, and he doesn't want to be overly concerned, and obviously trusts her, but it's getting a little bit weird. So the heart of this thing is a pretty complex little scenario because it's got to seem really packed, and we don't have any money. So I've been calling around trying to get people on board to play extras in this sequence. And you can see what my big solution here is, that a lot of this is going to be green screen, I think, and it's pretty packed, dense shots outside of the opening bit with the boat, which is going to be an effects shot by itself. And then we're going to do maybe a long lens, like a zoom up, that compresses people together. So we have like people sort of stacked on top of each other. And so like you have a side shot here of Ronnie that we're looking at him. We also use that side shot to set up the guy that he's going to be talking to in a second, and also the woman that's sitting next to her when she's looking through her phone, or she's watching something on her phone that turns out to be an episode of Wisteria that actually has, their interactions on it, and you start freaked out by it. And so when, I've done short films before, we have to have like lots of high density. And the answer to that is like, keep the shots fairly tight, use a zoomed up lens, and have lots of stuff cross, like have as many layers as you possibly can, like smoke from the wok or steam from the wok coming up in front of the lens, like the cooks moving backwards and forwards across the frame, and lots of people sort of interacting together with continuous motion. So like someone puts a hand on a shoulder, and then you cut over their shoulder to see them, and then Ronnie's head will sort of block part of the shot. It's sort of dirtied up a little bit like that. But you can see, so like we're trying to make it look cool and look really intense and sort of communal, but at the same time we're also trying to save a bit of money. And I stole a lot of this vibe that I love from Michael Mann movies. If you check any of those out, like Heat and whatnot, But I think it ends up with a fair amount of production value with not too much actual spending. So anyway, that's the storyboard process. I hope I see you guys next week for another Make a Thing, or maybe we'll be shooting. We'll see. I'll talk to you soon.